The cycle of Five Nights at Freddy's fan games. Fan game reveal. Goes silent for 2,000 years. Cancelled. Have you ever noticed how in Five Nights at Freddy's 4, Foxy hides in the closet and in the very next game, he comes out as this guy Ace Fag? Scott Cawthon when Five Nights at Freddy's fans make a fan game. Nintendo when their fans make a fan game. William Afton building a big bested ballerina robot that looks like his dead wife. How I stretched a 15-minute story into 11 ducking years. My neighbor Mitchie Lie known for 30 years is purple for some reason. What the duck? Why is he on a bus? I'm calling now. Marketplace's Cameo will be a waiter taking their order. New looks at Mike, Josh Hutcherson, Vanessa, Elizabeth Lale, and a B. Piper Rubio in Five Nights at Freddy's 2. Shut up. My dad owns Freddy Fazbear's Pizza Place and can get your entire neighborhood turned into furries. Freddy according to Scott. Freddy according to Funko. I'd spend 5 nights at Freddy's just to show them how a real animatronic handles business. Or, 5 Nights at Freddy's 1. This small door should be enough to hold off the animatronics. 5 Nights at Freddy's 11. In Five Nights at Freddy's 2023, William Afton could have killed way more children if he had just sold his bulletproof, power-enhanced Freddy suit to the US military. William Afton ruining the life of every person he meets. Tell me where a bee is, you faz freak. Haha Mike, not my son Michael Afton. I will never tell you your sister's location when you know it's the night guard, but you can't prove it. Sorry, sir. No machinery allowed. Excuse me? That's my wife. You can only choose one. Five Nights at Freddy's World 2. Five Nights at Freddy's Plus. Five Nights at Freddy's Help Wanted 3. The Joy of Creation. VR mode. Fetch. The game. Security breach. The Cawthon cut. Hi. I'm Flumpty Bumpty. Ain't you made by a groomer or something? Please, I'm owned by Scott now. Please give me a chance please. I beg of you please. If you wanna laugh at something, search Five Nights at Freddy's Cakes. My dad really took my door. Gooning bout to be like Five Nights at Freddy's 4. Women with a time machine. I'm your granddaughter. Really? Men with a time machine. You have to change with the Chica and Mangles lines to say they instead of he. Okay sure. What Dead by Daylight dev saw before they decided to add an axe to Springtrap, just like my broken TV. Has full access to every system in the Pizzaplex, literally wearing a tracking device. I'm the toughest butch in the Wild West. Nothing can break me. Growl. Holy shit. Withered Abraham Lincoln. 47 years ago, our Fazbear's brought pizza. William Afton survives a spring lock failure and a fire. The Grim Reaper. So you see, Vanny, with my Remnantinator, I will be able to take over the entire tri-state area. The inherent what? I honestly cannot comprehend posts like, now that AI is so good, I have no motivation to do any art. It's a completely alien mindset to me. The only conclusion I can draw is that these people have long forgotten the inherent joy of creation. Yeah, even not fully knowing some of their lore, and while being totally impartial here, it looks like the Ink Demon kinda has this one. Lol. I really want to know who will win in this fight. Movie Charlie. I will kill you. Afton. Sick M. Toy animatronics. Face me, Vanessa. Face me, McKenna Grace. Shut up, Mike. Do as I command. A B. Game Charlie. I protect the spirits. Just don't forget my box, okay? I don't hate you, Afton. Oh no, fire is scary. Oh no, bulk bear is scary. Here Cassidy, I made you a cake. Gregory, I'm gonna miss my friends. Mrs. Helpful, there's no bad ideas. Express yourself. I think Fortnite should add a pregnant female scene. Every kill she gets, she slowly gives birth. When in water, blood comes out. At 10 kills, she gives birth. and the baby can be your pet. Thoughts? Fortnite should hire me, yo. Mrs. Helpful, please ignore our previous request. Mrs. Helpful, there are bad ideas. Very bad ideas. He's a chibi version of broken animatronic. What the duck is happening? Unscrew 2 has a 50% chance to instantly kill the enemy. You blinked. Clanker haters when they go to see the Five Nights at Freddy's 2 movie and see Toy Chica. The Five Nights at Freddy's 1 gang. Megan after saying she could solo Five Nights at Freddy's. Me when I see Edwin with the mimic mimicking his wife in Five Nights at Freddy's. Secret of the mimic, instead of Edwin saying my name is Edwin, I made the mimic. Did Edwin make out with a mimic? Michael tampering with the animatronics just to set them all to maximum aggression. Yes, I've at last brought it to life. Speak, my creation. Daddy. Oh, you wanna kiss me so bad. Anjuri. Flustered. My boyfriend would be the purple guy, and I'm the green one. Love him to doubt, but he likes to see me annoyed. Who the duck said I'm your boyfriend? A B subplot, I wanna meet my friends again. Vanessa subplot, so I'm finally being normal. Mike's subplot. Five Nights at Freddy's fans. Star Wars fans. The sequels aren't canon. Who is the hottest animatronic? I'm definitely the hottest. I'll burn you to a ducking crisp. Fazbear Entertainment employees taking the decaying bloody corpse-filled bunny animatronic from the secret back room. Scariest Shadow Freddy encounter. Hi. Calmest Shadow Bonnie apparition. And see if you're allowed in. See cute head on the spot. Leave and never come back. Get out ta here lil bro. I'll think about it. You're allowed in. All your drinks are on us. VIP access. Ultra VIP access. Guest of honor. Mystery ranking. William designing Palora. I think I miss my wife. Development frozen in time since the 2008 housing crisis. How are babies made? When two people love each other very much. Pat's head. You'll learn when you're older, sweetie. Is the one asking the question. The stork. Slex, you dumbass child. I can't explain why, but this dog looks like Markiplier. The last Megan bout to see before she faces off against the Adorables. The kind of writer the fans think Scott is. The kind of writer he actually is. Me trying to draw literally any other Five Nights at Freddy's character. Me locking the duck in while drawing Funtime Foxy with a huge BBL. Dad, are you behind the slaughter? I do not write mile or down. I don't outline. I don't draft. I don't document. I imagine it. And if I forget it, I start over. The 6-foot hunk of metal with a larger diode than Cassia. The homicidal pastry whose bite force can break bones. The one who's built like a literal tank. The one who casually made his own dimension in hell to texture a child killer for eternity. The one who transcends time and space. The one who can canonically move faster than 7 feet per second. Me peacefully scrolling through the Funtime Freddy search on YouTube last night, realizing that I scrolled too far when I saw a 150 uncensored adult video of Funtime Freddy and Bon Bon, with ducking vor at the end. Scott Cawthon setting up the bite of 87 in the first Five Nights at Freddy's, giving us the perfect payoff for it in Five Nights at Freddy's 4, saying no that was the bite of 83, and then never bringing up either moment again. You buy Five Nights at Freddy's, look inside, no game in the series has 5 nights. God ducking damn it Crease, where the duck are we? Why the duck does these two give the same vibe? After all these years, finally, I have them all. Adult Elizabeth Afton. She is so innocent and cinnamon rolls. Her smiles are so precious. We must protect Elizabeth. Those who don't know. Those who know. Five Nights at Freddy's Theorists. Makes theory about how every child has to be a robot. I don't like robot kids being a thing. Previously had his employment terminated. Aunt is dead in his home. Walked out of a hospital that a police officer was in. Even after the allegations, Toy Freddy will appear in Five Nights at Freddy's 2. Meet potential villain. He'll get a good jump scare too eventually. Can't wait to see him actually kill someone. His complete backstory will go crazy. Just wait until he comes back again. 0 feats, 0 screen time, 7 conflicting backstories. Give me liberty, give me fire, give me 8-year-olds, or I retire. Use just a mask or something like every slightly intelligent serial killer. Dress up in a texture machine to hunt down toddlers. If always but never is. How William felt after killing several children and ruining entire families. I'm hate this with a burning passion. Bro acts like Afton wasn't starving. LMRO. The first way Springtrap ends his prey is by pinning them down like a predator and biting their limbs to weaken them. He will then proceed to eat them alive, with the victim expiring from blood loss and shock. Hey, you going to sleep? Yes, now shut up. 5 laps at Freddy's still exists. How the underpaid movie theater employee who was traumatized by chicken jockey look at me. When I yell I always come back and kills 5 kids in a row. How the theater employee who never got his $25 be looking at me when I scream connection terminated and burn the movie theater down. How the underpaid employee be looking at me after saying my name is Ed when I made the mimic, then starts beating up everyone in the theater. How the theater employee that has never got paid in that job looking at me after screaming out loud, was that the bite of 87, then starting eating everyone in theater. Trapped in a digital world, all of her troubles began when she put on a headset, had a normal job and life, before she was thrown into a digital nightmare, the circus. At first was traumatized, but is doing much better now. Has an evil clone, Evil Pomni, is in a toxic friendship with an unhinged rabbit, Jax, and becomes his reluctant follower for a role-playing adventure in episode 6. Ultimately is just trying her best in a messed up situation, and is kind and gentle to everyone. Trapped in a digital world, temporarily, all of her troubles began when she put on a headset, had a normal job and life, before she was thrown into a digital nightmare, M2 mind control. Traumatized, but seems to be recovering at least somewhat. Has an evil clone Vanny which is just M2 controlling her body. Is in an abusive relationship with an unhinged rabbit, Glitch Trap, and becomes his reluctant follower. Ultimately is just trying her best in a messed up situation and is, probably, kind and gentle underneath all the trauma. Occam's razor. Theorists. Occam's razor. Theorists. That sign won't stop me, because I can't read. Human robots are so cool. No, they are so stupid and should not exist in Five Nights at Freddy's. Another robot just got revealed in the Alien universe. Epic. Huggy Wuggy. M2. Breaking down a metal door. Matt Piv retiring. A whole new generation of Five Nights at Freddy's theorists taking the torch from him, continuing his legacy. The auto chipper in Fazbear Hills watching me click fourth wall on my Nightmarian. I made the save file 5 minutes ago. Not believing in Toys DCI, because it makes sense. Not believing in Toys DCI, because the personalities they are shown to have in AR are way funnier and differentiate them from the MCI children. What would the night guard's reaction be to kids breaking the rule of don't peep on the floor? Oh boy, here we go again. Urge to kill rising. My neighbor told me an endoskeleton keeps maiming his Fazbear technicians, so I asked how many techs he has, and he said he just goes to the Fazbear Entertainment and gets a new employee afterwards. So I said it sounds like he's just feeding technicians to the mimic, and then his son David started crying. They don't know that I headcanon that phone guy just barely made it to 6 AM and quit right after. Charlie recording. Okay chat, what should I do? Because there's 80 purple guys in the distant chat. I'm cooked and I can't even break an window. Adventurers. Assembly. 100,987,765,796,765 purple guys attacking. I like a movie ticket please. Okay. For which movie? Me at the ticket booth. Nobody. Movie Michael Afton. Crewmate. There is one night guard among us. Michael PJ doesn't have that look for evil people. William, isn't Mike like 20? I had a dream that the Five Nights at Freddy's 2 movie ends with Mike battling a puppet mech thing. It looked super cheap and bulky, and clearly was just a guy in a suit of cardboard and foam, but they added these extremely loud mechanical sounds and metal clanking to make it seem menacing. How I felt in 2020 reading the latest Fazbear's Frights while everyone was debating about the games. It's 2025, and I don't know anything about the lore beyond Ultimate Custom Night. Childhood is when you idolize. Adulthood is when you realize that makes more sense. 1979, 1987, 1993, 2013, March or April 2014, July 2014, 2015 or 2016, 2016 or 2023, 2021. Never ask a woman her age, a man his salary. Never ask a Five Nights at Freddy's fan what this map means. The 2025 nuclear family, narcissistic dad, robot mom, woke dog, Lalivoronate 3000, autistic son, traumatized older brother. Teen Titans Go Robin. You can't defeat me, Kid Flash. I know, but he can. An AI, the mimic, that is possessed by a dead person, William Afton. Just an AI in the alternate continuity, the books. An AI, NetNavi, that is possessed by a dead person, Hub Hickory. Just an AI in alternate continuity, the anime. When you hit a speed bump near the Murray's costume manor, but then you remember there is no speed bump. Ultimate Custom Night Descent. Andrew please, you have to stop texturing Afton, so we can all move on. You don't understand. Cassidy, I'm the one he should not have killed. Canon Ultimate Custom Night. Stop texturing that guy, okay? Scott, the games are still canon, and did happen in universe. Game theory. Crying child is the mimic. Everything in Five Nights at Freddy's is a lie. The Birgin Shatter victim makes sure bite victim is somehow even less important. Most incidents comes from Scott's troll games. Missing children's incident kids can't pass on until bite victim does too, so he's essentially an obstacle. Ignores the week before. Uses the box as incidents when Scott said it's not important anymore. I will put you back together taken way too literally. Bite victim is not even a character. We see in the logbook that bite victim is whole and can think for himself. The Chad Golden duo. The simplest answer is usually the right one. Incidents comes from the logbook and the week before. Bite victim passes on with Michael and Elizabeth. Confirmed by the week before ending. Uses frights as incidents, which Scott said is important to solving the games. Fred being the last to fade away means bite victim possessed him. Bite victim still plays an important role in the story, being the one behind the Five Nights at Freddy's 4 dreams. Those Five Nights at Freddy's fans when their theory or headcanon gets debunked. This is obviously a retcon. It's just a mistake. It doesn't mean anything. Fire's dealt date doesn't matter. The mimic having legs doesn't matter. Tails games is debunked. Stitchline is debunked. Frights or Tails clues is confirmed. Cassidy Toysink is confirmed. Mike Guard is confirmed. Number 1 op, Andrew, is not game canon. I'm getting the divorce. Hello my beautiful wife. Did you brought the mimic, like I asked you to do? Mrs. Helpful, there's no bad ideas. Express yourself. The dead children incident didn't happen and or is irrelevant. Mrs. Helpful, please ignore our previous request. Mrs. Helpful, there are bad ideas. Very bad ideas. Mainline only. You're as beautiful as a day I lost you. Five Nights at Freddy's theorists putting together the most well thought, detailed, specific, precise, logical theory, only to call it Afton toothpaste. Everyone discussing God David and the parallels between David Murray and Dave Afton. Me who doesn't think crying child's name is Dave. Did I really believe a wrong theory for so long? No, it was right. Scott just retconned it. Will Cardenias when Five Nights at Freddy's Origins releases and you control William Afton in 1982, throwing empty beer bottles in his children and unnamed wife. When you can't find the right words to debunk it, but you know their theory or take is wrong. Hey Andy, your theories are pretty good. Thanks C's, yours is pretty good as well. I'd say even more possible than mine. Why, thank you. I'd personally say we are even. You think Scott will tackle onto the idea of Andrew games anytime soon? I don't know. He hasn't done it in a while, especially now since Secret of the Mimic established, the books being out of game continuity. How did we go from this? Looks to be 5'9", around 3 feet 9 to 4 feet 1 in height, compared to the puppet. Overall just short hair up, short pigtails, honey or orange wish colored scene tone, bluish clothing. To this, much longer hair, has tangs that cover her forehead, has overalls and wears a turtleneck, much lighter and pale scene, taller or older, extremely long sideburns, looks like a side character in an anime. Meet potential boy. Yeah no, he was there the whole time, trust. Somehow the angriest spirit yet doesn't do shut until Afton is already a charred corpse. Give me liberty. Give me fire. Give me innocent teenagers to texture, or I retire. They call him 007. 0 foreshadowing. 0 mainline relevance. 7 plot points that go nowhere. Finish your character arc. Move on in the most anticlimactic way possible. If and when but never is.